Why is doping outlawed in sports or steroids outlawed in sports? Because it gives competitors an unfair advantage. Well, this is the same thing. If you put a man into women's sports, it is cheating. It's no different. It's cheating. Why then are biological men who are shown to have roughly 36% more muscle than biological women allowed to use their biologically based advantage in women's sports? It is cheating. Hey everybody, I hope that you've all had a great week. It has been a busy week in Washington. I've got a few updates for you on debt ceiling negotiations, a hearing on Vladimir Putin's war crimes, a bill to keep women's sports fair. Let's get started on some of it. So first off, probably the single most pressing issue facing our nation right now, debt ceiling. A quick refresher, debt ceiling is like a national credit card. Now, thanks to 2 years of out-of-control Democrat spending, most recently, we're not going to pretend that Republicans and Democrats haven't all spent way too much, but most recently, astronomical Democrat spending for the last 2 years, we are once again going to max out the credit card and hit our national credit limit. Now, for the last several months, Treasury has been operating under what's called extraordinary measures to keep the government up and running. And when you think about this, think of this like scrounging around for change in the couch cushions in order to make your rent payment. Now there's no more change left in the couch. There's no more under the seats in the car. So that leaves us with two options: increase our credit limit or default on the national debt. There's an equally large catastrophe that we need to deal with: the size of our national debt and the absolutely out of control spending taking place in Washington. When you or I max out our credit cards, that's usually a sign to take a long, hard look at our spending habits. Democrats don't understand that, and they're refusing to address the root cause of the problem, spending. They actually want us in the House. President Biden wants us to tax you more. He doesn't think we should be cutting spending. He wants us to find taxes to tax you more. That is verbatim what he wants. Very little progress has been made because Democrats in Congress and President Biden have said that they will not support a debt ceiling increase if it includes even 1 penny of spending cuts. Not 1 penny. That's an outright unreasonable position. Republicans, we have a different perspective. We want to limit spending. We want to save money where we can. We want to grow our economy, and we have a plan to do that. So let's talk about a couple of things. Let's put a 10-year cap on discretionary spending. That alone, just that 10-year cap on discretionary spending saves $3 trillion. If there are tens of billions of dollars worth of unspent COVID-19 relief money in circulation, then let's claw back that unspent COVID relief money, because we're not building plexiglass enclosures anymore or buying masks or you name it. At the same time, let's put an end to the ridiculous student loan bailout and save $500 billion right there. Joe Biden wouldn't put that through Congress because he knew it wouldn't pass. Absolutely unconstitutional, but he went out there and he did it anyways. What else can we do? Let's grow the economy with policies like lowering energy costs. You look at that, it's one of the most important things that we can do. Everything that the Biden administration is doing with energy policy hurts American energy production. Our ability to have cheaper energy from sea to shining sea, whether it's for heating our home or cooling our home or driving our automobile, you name it, they're looking to make that more expensive. And they don't care. We need to deal with the debt ceiling. No one is denying that, but it needs to be done in a way that is responsible and that addresses the $32 trillion of national debt. And if we don't deal with it when we are dealing with debt ceiling, then the administration will not deal with it ever. That is why it's going to take place right now. And if the administration will not deal with it, then there will be a default on the debt limit if they will not work to cut spending. Switching gears. This week, the House Foreign Affairs Committee, we held a hearing exposing Vladimir Putin's abhorrent, disgusting, inhumane war crimes against the Ukrainian people. Much of it difficult to watch. You could have taken what we looked at and put it into a black and white film, and it could have very easily had been something that you saw take place in a video from the 1940s or from the Vietnam War. You're talking about people that are starving, that were prisoners of war, people being used as human shields, beaten within an inch of their life, mass murders bulldozed into mass graves. There's no doubt that these are war crimes. They are crimes against humanity, and there has to be consequences. Now, finally, on the House floor this week, we considered a bill called the Protecting Women and Girls in Sports Act. This bill, in my opinion, it's about an even playing field and ensuring that sports are fair on top of what is a major national debate. Lance Armstrong was stripped of his Tour de France titles and an Olympic gold medal because he was found guilty of using performance-enhancing drugs, of doping, or of using steroids. Why is doping outlawed in sports or steroids outlawed in sports? Because it gives competitors an unfair advantage. Well, this is the same thing. If you put a man into women's sports, it is cheating. It's no different. It's cheating. Why then are biological men who are shown to have roughly 36% more muscle than biological women allowed to use their biologically based advantage in women's sports? It is cheating. Title IX, something that's known as Title IX, was passed by Congress over 50 years ago in order to make sure that women weren't discriminated against in college sports. This bill was about reinforcing that law, ensuring that women are discriminated against by being forced to compete against biological males. So let's deal with this in a common sense way instead of the way that this has been taking place in America and with the Biden administration as of late. In that, there's a lot of issues we can always talk to you. I was glad to talk to you all about these issues. It is an honor to be able to represent you. I look forward to seeing you all around home. I wish you all the best. You all take care. Hey everyone, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, please click like and subscribe. I will be back on YouTube with more exclusive content, so stay tuned.